So today we found ourselves racing on Forza Motorsport, and we had to survive a race when we came across some of the most dirtiest driving I have seen on the game. It's unfortunate that this game is just so much fun online, but these bad characters just seem to ruin the entire experience for everyone. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys do, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button down below. And if you feel like you've had these experiences as well, put it in the comments. Let's get into it. All right, so this is a bit interesting. These guys are using the wets. Well, we'll see how this race goes. All right, so waiting for our 3, 2, 1, away we go. Now, this is going to be very interesting because turn 1 at the Nürburgring GP is one of the most infamous corners next to Monza. So heading our way there, we're going to try to brake early and watch all the carnage unfold. Oh, I hope I don't get killed. Oh my goodness, already carnage on. All right. Now, after almost having a heart attack just trying to get our way through turn number 1, you could hear my sigh of relief. All right, we didn't get killed so far. Now, after surviving turn number 1, that didn't mean that we were quite out of the woods yet. As you can see ahead of us, there was still smoke bellowing up, and ahead of us, you could see cars were still bouncing off each other, trying to do the best impersonation of a ping pong ball. And P8 of Matthew was trying to push out P9 into the grass. And as we make our way in through the right hairpin, Matthew forgets to brake, decides to go off the track, and luckily for us, Guzmo misses his braking too, and we were able to make the good old switcheroo onto the inside as we now try to challenge here Craig for P7. But unfortunately, heading into the right corner, Craig forgets that I'm on the outside, or tries to push me out deliberately, and I could not get my bearings down, and unfortunately we got spun out as more carnage is still unfolding up ahead. It's just salty that you can't win without wrecking people. Now, as we make our way down to the right kink, we were able to catch up really quickly to Juan, but unfortunately we were trying to go to the right hand side. He made a little bit of a move to the right, and I freaked out a little bit. I almost ran into the back of him, so had to slam on the brakes, but luckily we were able to get on the brakes early enough that we didn't kill him going into the chicane. But heading into the final corner, Juan did not appreciate Far push him off the track, tried to e-brake him, and accidentally takes himself out, goes into the dirt, and thinks it's a rally track. So we gain a free position now. We're back up to P13, basically where we started off at. Onto the second lap, we get a really good look onto the inside of P12 and 11. Brakes super late, but might have braked up a tad bit too late as we almost take out the 2 drivers ahead of us, and somehow we threaded the needle and we were able to get in between everybody, make up 2 positions, as we are now up to P11 after that miraculous situation there, as we almost killed 2 people, but we were able to just thread the needle, and now we find ourselves in a good position here to make up more positions. All right, let's try it like this so I can actually see what's going on behind me. Now, before I started the video, unfortunately, I did remove the mirror, so that's why I decided to go into first person. But what better way to experience the action than firsthand here, as we now are fighting for P9 with Alex and Far up ahead of us. Now, Far goes onto the outside, but tries to squeeze out Alex, and in doing that, we were able to just switch onto the inside, gain 2 free positions, and now we find ourselves up into P9. So a lot of carnage still happening here, as it's barely still the second lap out of 5 laps here. And as we make our way into the chicane, I honestly thought we were going to get rammed from behind, but somehow we were able to get to the chicane without any issues. And now we are just closing the gap on Forza up in P8 as we make our way now down to turn number 1 once again on lap number 3. So going to turn number 1 here, I panicked so much because of all the smoke that was going on up ahead that I accidentally shifted down into reverse gear, which I didn't even know that was a thing you can do on this game. Usually on racing games, you're not able to shift down into reverse until you are at 0 miles per hour. So that's one thing that kind of caught me off guard. Luckily, it didn't ruin the engine or anything like that, and we didn't lose too much time due to the fact that everybody ahead of us was already wrecking. So we were able to maintain our 8th place position. But making our way into the hairpin here, we shift down to the inside of Kai, but Kai decided to have a different motives and tries to go for the latest switch back here, hits our rear, and then just forces us wide coming out of the corner. And I wasn't too appreciative of that, so we go into the inside here. We get a really great run, and I think Kai was expecting some type of retaliation. As you can see, he hesitated to make the corner. He actually shifted the car to the left, but yeah, due to that, we were able to gain the position easily heading into that right corner. and now we find ourselves up in lucky number 7. So we are making up positions here as we make our way into the final corner, and we're gonna make up even more as for some reason Obesity up ahead of us tries to take out P6 for some reason and decides to just park it in the corner. So not sure what that was all about, but that gives us again another free position. We are up into P Steve now as we get another great look onto the inside of Craiglet as he misses his first corner. And side by side here as we make our way in through the Mercedes Arena section part of the track, we're able to get into the inside, make the clean move, and now we are up into P5. So we're slowly reeling in the podium and working our way up through the field. And this is honestly the best result I could have expected for, especially with all the carnage that was happening throughout the race and all the dirty driving that was going on. I was not expecting us to get this far into the field here in just 3 laps. So side by side now with Forza Sport, he didn't give me any room onto the inside right there. I stayed all the way into the inside of the apex, and he tried cutting me off there. Almost lost the rear end right there, but we get a really great run down the straight. We keep it to the right and brake super early so that we avoid making contact with him as we make our way through the chicane. Out of the chicane, we get a little bit onto the back of Forza, and he almost lost the rear end. So we're just trying to find a gap to get around him as he's making some very late defensive moves. You don't want to be making a move that late, but it's made our way into the straight. We get a really great run down here to the line, and we go into the inside, but he decides to block again super late. That's on you. I was already on the inside, so that's on him. Now you saw my reaction right there, but in my defense, like I said, I was alongside of him already there, and he decided to go for a very late defensive move, and it was either us getting pinched into the wall or him spinning out. And I had to think selfishly, so I ended up turning him there because I was not going to get pinched into the wall down the straight. So we go into turn number 1, and Craiglet just absolutely misses the corner, so he goes very, very wide, and we gain the position back. But now we are fighting again for P4, and this isn't what I wanted exactly. I wanted to get around Forza, get some clean open track, and just finish off this final lap around the Nürburgring without having to deal with anybody else's shenanigans. But unfortunately, it just wasn't in our cards, and now we have to try to run down P4 of House since there's only 1 lap left here in this race. So we're trying to run him down here, but he's really keeping a good line here. He was able to pull away just a tad bit, but we get the slipstream here, and we also have better straight line speed. So we go into the inside. House tries to make a last minute defensive maneuver, and as we make our way through the chicane, we brake super early, but House cuts us off before the corner. And as we make our way now down to the final corner, we go into the inside, but House tries to pinch us into the inside, squeezes us down to the pit lane. We have to take evasive action, miss our braking point, and now he tries to force us out wide. We go into the dirt and into the grass, and Housey's gonna come home with P4, but unfortunately for us, we're gonna lose 2 positions. But due to the penalties that the 2 guys had ahead of us, we're able to get promoted up into P4, and somehow we were able to get a good result here after starting off in the rear. I think I still get P4. Thank you, Rensport. Yeah, look at that. I still get P4. So yeah, I don't know what these guys are doing. They're just trying to take each other out for no reason. Yeah, that Housey guy, look at that. He lost 1, 2, 3 positions because of his antics.